Hey friends, welcome back to my studio. I'm gonna do a simple flower painting with 3 jars for vases. Here, let me just show you this. I just sketched this little teeny, can you see that? Little teeny idea out. I'm gonna do it on a 12-inch by 12-inch cradled wood panel from US Art Supply. I've got clear gesso on it. I really like the 1.5-inch thick ones. I like to paint over onto the sides. So I'm gonna paint the background, I think, phthalo, I'm going to do this, phthalo green and some black, some white, just kind of get an up and down look to it, maybe a fuzzy muted look to it. I might throw in a little raw sienna, just because these are kind of pretty colors. It's the only reason. And then I'm limiting my colors because it's built-in harmony. The painting will look good. You know, instead of using 12 colors, just use 2 plus black and white. So there's a tip. Limit your palette. And then I'll get the jars on and paint the flowers, but I'm going to do at least some of the flowers with structure gel. I think I've got it sitting right here. Galeria, Windsor Newton Galeria structure gel. Because it's really fun. I've done a handful of these paintings. I'll link some of them in this video's description. Okay guys, let's play. Okay, let's chat for a minute. I'm gonna try and get my arm. My phone is just off my left shoulder. Really like the background. That turned out pretty. The raw sienna and phthalo green made a pretty green when I just mixed them right onto the wood panel. So that's fun. I just went up and down. This is actually black. It almost looks a little purple to me. And it's dark. It's nighttime. So the lights in my studio are going to look a little different. What else? I ended up putting a darker area here. It's not really, a third is kind of here. Because this goes off the canvas, just to keep you over here. This is actually a mistake. The lid top is too long on this one. The width here is the same, but it looks bigger because this top, I don't know what the lid, the top of the jar is too big, but I'll just put a flower or something over it. We'll cover it up. I did make it go over onto the side, just in case they frame it. Or don't frame it too. If they put it in a float frame, you'll still see part of the sides. I measured with a T-square, I think I came down 7 inches. Yeah, so that's the top of the jars. And then I just drew a straight line. Figured I wanted it, I think those are 3 inches wide. Yeah. So did 3, 3, and 3 and didn't think about the edge. That's okay, we'll just put stuff over it. Oh, and the other thing I did was to mix a watery, so this color, so that's phthalo green. This is phthalo green with some black. And then I mixed kind of a watery, looks almost teal, and glazed it over the jars, just to bring some of the background color here. because this color is raw sienna and black. Oop, my little puddle, we'll do it this way so that these drips run down. So raw sienna and black to make these browns and creamy browns. And they look cooler here on the white than they do on the cool background. I think, I'm not totally sure. So next I have to decide. So eventually I'm going to have structured gel flowers. And I've used a spoon before. I really like those. So those will be fairly big. Well, they don't have to be. But I need some twigs, maybe some leaves. We need to paint those on first. Okay, and did I mention this dark area? This dark area is for the same reason, just to keep you over here. You could totally center the jars if you wanted to. Oh, and I did keep it simple. So I measured down a 1/4 inch, just a skinny rectangle for that. And I think I measured down, I don't think that's an inch. And then I just drew straight. You could curve them and round it, but I just drew straight up from whatever this is to there. Keep it simple. Okay, guys, I'll be back in a bit. Hey, this painting could be done as is. It's very soft and pretty. I really like it. These are eucalyptus inspired branches of sorts. I think eucalyptus would be kind of this color, but I shifted the color with some browns and greens just for fun. Well, and I also think the eucalyptus would be stiffer. There'd be more stiff ones. And maybe more patterned leaves. But I'm not sure if I need to do more because I'm going to put white. Well, I think what I might do, I haven't decided, but I think what I might do is do kind of my phthalo green and black combination, really light with some white. Or I guess it doesn't need to be light. I'd put a bunch of white in it. Let's see, what else? I really like how the colors tie in. You know, I'm pretty sure I've said this before, but limiting your palette to 2 colors plus black and white really unifies things. It just, and then I don't know if I mentioned this, but I darkened this up a little more. Excuse me. Okay, I just wanted to pop in. I'm at a stage where it's like, oh, I like this. Do I want to keep going? Which happens in painting sometimes. But I do. I want to do I could do either more leaves, I think, and just for my personal preference, or I'm going to start putting in some of the structured gel flowers and then see if I need more leaves or sticks and that sort of thing. Oh, and it did help, if I haven't mentioned this, to cover up this part of the jar. And it does go over onto the side. So this little leaf and this leaf. Okay, guys, hopefully some of those comments help. I'll be back in a bit. Okay, guys, I'm calling it done. Let's see. I like that I mentioned this, that it's darker over here. Oh, when this dries, there's like some chalk, white chalk pastel. Actually, it's a General's white charcoal pencil I used. The writing's pretty much gone from it. Just to help me aim where I wanted the first few flowers. So I like that the darkest is over here and the biggest flower that one's pretty big too, is over here. I wanted to leave some leaves because I was covering them all up. So I left some leaves over here. So I have kind of a triangle that stretches out this way, sort of to just give balance to the flowers, to the chunky structure gel flowers. So I've dried this several times. I even stopped and had dinner to let it dry. Most of them are dry to the touch, but I bet if I poked into it, they would dent. And it'll take a little longer to dry because I canvas breeze more than this wood panel. But that's okay. I can varnish it in a week or something, you know, make sure it's dry. What else? Oh, I put straight up raw sienna in the centers of the flowers. My puddles that I mixed with the structure gel are getting sticky, but you know, they're just drying out. I used a plastic spoon for the bigger flowers, which I've done before. And then I used my mixing palette knife. I was looking to see if there's a number on there. One of them I have says it's a number 20 from Blick Art Materials to get smaller petals. I think that covers it. I love the colors. Let me know what you think of the colors. I really like the colors. I don't use phthalo green very often, but boy, I'm liking it. It worked out. I really like how it worked with the raw sienna. I did paint just a little on this side. I put a little flatter texture in case they want to frame it. Oh, here. I did paint the jars onto the bottom. Here, if I do that, maybe you can see kind of how thick it is. Just a fun, easygoing painting. Here, maybe one a little closer. Oh, I wonder if I can get a screenshot. Well, I'm going to just pull it down. I'm trying to lean my head over to see if I'm staying in frame. Oh, it's crooked. I don't know if I can get a screenshot that's straight on. My phone's tipped and turned. I can't. Well, I can kind of do it. Oh, that's funny. Okay, guys, let me know if you've tried structure gel. Oh, here, I've got this one open on my iPad. Hey, I'll link this one in this video's description. Isn't that fun? Very similar metal vase, different colors. The yellow is a neat transparent, which you can even see in the photograph. I don't know if you can see it on the video. It has a neat transparency to it. Oh, that's something I should mention. If this is the first time you're watching me do a structure gel, it says on here, but when you add this to a color, it'll make it more transparent, which is one reason why I like the white in there, because it makes it opaque. But it also can work to your advantage. It can be really pretty and interesting. Okay, thanks for hanging out with me. I so appreciate your support. Great big happy art hugs, and I hope to chat with you soon. Bye, guys.